Boo! Hi, you guys. Welcome back to Addie's Books and Movies Chat. And today, I'm going to do a special Halloween channel just in the spirit of Halloween and all the ghostly spirits. Today, I will be discussing Coraline. Now, Coraline, to me, when I first saw this movie, it gave me nightmares, especially when you saw the other mother crawling like a spider. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so Coraline takes place in a car because they're driving to the pink apartments where she's gonna move, and it's just her and her parents. Her parents are writers, so they basically have no time for her because they're too focused on their book to pay attention. Okay, so she's setting up in her new house. She's putting the snow globes all around the house until she runs out of snow globes, and then and then she finds and then well I am getting ahead of myself again. I'm sorry. Coraline takes place when she's walking around, and there was this old well there, but it's closed up. So she meets this boy Whitey. Why he is on a motorbike in the middle of the day, I have no idea. She meets this one named Whitey who said that she was the first person to move in the pink apartments, and usually usually his grandmother doesn't rent it out for kids. And he just welcomed her to the neighborhood with his cat. And she got poison oak on her hand because she was trying to be a Michigan water witch, whatever that is. Okay, so the next day she's talking to her mom about what happened when she found the magical well, when she met Whitey, and then all of a sudden, the mom gives her a gift from the boy that she met the other day, and it's a doll. It's a replica doll of her. So, while she is packing, she takes the doll that she got and she just walks around the house with it. So, while she is packing the snow globes out of the box and putting them on the shelf, she finds the door. And she begs her mom to open it. And then when the mom does open it, all she sees is bricks. And then that night where she falls asleep, she hears these mice, and then the mice guides her to the door, and the door has this ultimate dimension of a woman who looks exactly like her mother, but she has buttons for eyes. So, her first night was incredible. She ate chicken, and she ate chocolate cake and mango milkshake. And the other mother's fantastic. The room's fantastic. She says, "Oh, we've been waiting for you, Coraline." And then the other mother puts her to bed. And then when she wakes up, she is in her house, not the other mother's house, her house, her house the next morning. And she tells the mother what happened because she thinks it was all a dream. So she tells the mother the dream. And the mother couldn't be less interested. I mean, the mother does not care. And so she says, Coraline, why don't you go visit downstairs? I bet those actresses would love to hear your dream. And then the actresses that she goes to see end up being fortune tellers, and the fortune tellers tell her that she is in terrible danger um after reading her tea leaves, and that she should be very, very careful. So when when she goes out when she goes out from there, she's headed back to her house, but then she bumps into Whitey again, and he asks her and 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 she actually asks him about the doll. And he says, "Oh no, I found it that way." So, and he tells her that once upon a time her grandmother used to live in that same house that she's living in. And for some reason, when the grandmother was a little girl, her sister disappeared. And that's why the grandmother, the landlady of the place, doesn't rent it out with people with kids. So, the second time she goes back, there is like this beautiful garden place and this beautiful breakfast dinner, and this other Mr. Neighbor, Mr. Bobing, um, Binsky, that he thinks he owns a mouse circus. Yeah, so he thinks he owns a mouse circus. He's training a bunch of mouse to be in a mouse circus and all that. So in the other universe, he's actually a ringleader to this mouse circus. And in the other universe, there's actually another Waddy that cannot talk. And there's actually another cat that actually can talk. And the cat is my favorite character from out of this movie. So, as I said, she meets Mr. Bobinsky after that second night of going, and she says how amazing she is. And again, she wakes up in her house, just like it happened the first time. Now, the next day she is walking around, and the next day she is walking out of her house. She finds out that her mail has been mixed up with the neighbor's. So she takes it to him, and he says, the mouse asked me to give you a message. The mouse said, do not go through the little door. So everybody knows about the little door. Everybody knows about the little door, like the mouse knows, and the grandmother hit the grandmother who owned the pink palace. She knows about the little door. So the mouse were trying to warn her what was behind there, but she wouldn't listen. So the third day, her mom and her go shopping for her school clothes, and they come back, and it turned out that the mom has to go shopping. And Coraline's upset with her because she wanted these pair of gloves that the mom said that she can that that the mom said she wasn't gonna get her. So so she was already mad about that. So when she leaves to go to the store, the girl grabs the key that her mom hid, and she unlocks the door, which her mom locked because the mom got scared because she actually the mom actually saw rat droppings on the floor, so she locked the closet. I mean, you know what I mean. She locked the door. So when she unlocked it, she goes back from the third night, and and you will never guess who she sees. She actually sees those ladies that she saw before, but they're not old, they're young, and the oldness was just a costume. So they swoop her up in the air, and she joined in the performance, and she had a lot of fun. And when she comes back home, the mom said, "You can actually stay here forever, but there's one more thing you have to do." So she gives her a present, and when she opens the box, she says, "The only way you could stay here forever is if you sew buttons into your eyes." So that's when she says, "No way, I'm not sewing buttons into my eyes." And the mother says, "Okay, well, that's your decision, darling. But soon you'll see stuff our way." So the next time she goes to bed, she's still there, and she hasn't escaped yet like she done before. So she wakes up, and she actually sees the other dad playing the piano, and and then and then she says, "Where is the other mother?" And it turns out that the other mother is the spider controller that controls him, because he says all will be well as the dad says all will be well when mother's refreshed. Her strength is our strength. And then the piano that controlled him covered his mouth, and he says, "Mustn't talk when mother's not here." And so that's when she says, "If you're not going to talk to me, I'll just find the other Whitey. He'll help me." And then he says, "No point." He pulled a long face, and mother didn't like it. So it turned out that the other Whitey was killed by the other mother, and the only way she could get out of there and find so it turned out that the other Whitey was killed by the other mother, because this because I remember the third time that she came back, um the third time that she came back, and I actually remember the third time that she came back she told the other mother that you're not my mother and I want you to let me go. So she punished her and locked her in the wall and said, you may come out when you learn to be a loving daughter. So that's when she meets all the ghost children, especially the sister that I talked about in the beginning. Um, she meets the sister and she finds out that the other mother just ate all their just ate up their lives and took their souls. And because the other Whitey helped her escape, that's why he had to die from by the other mother. That's why the other mother killed him, because he helped her escape. So, after that, the next day she goes in and the other mother's making her breakfast and she says, how about we play a game? If I can find the 3 ghost eyes that you had hidden, you will let me go. You will let everyone go. My real father and mother, the children, everyone. And and the other mother said, what if you don't find them? And she said, if I don't find them, I will stay here forever and let you love me. And that's when the other mother said, deal. And then, so she goes on the 3 quests and she finds the ghost eyes. And 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 this is when she actually tricks the other mother and throws the cat at her, and that's when the cat scratches her eyes out, and Coraline climbs up this huge spiderweb thing, and she closes the door with the ghost children's help, and she actually freed their parents. But it's not over, because she had this dream that the ghost children are thanking her. And hmm, 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 hmm. She says, it's not over yet. The key, there's only one, and the Beldrin will find it. So, when Coraline wakes up, she goes hide the key in the well. It turns out that a creepy finger escaped and it finds Coraline about to throw away the key. So it grabs her ankle, but all of a sudden, Whitey shows up and they destroyed the hand together. And he called her by her correct name. And he shows her the picture that her grandmother had of her little sister. And the next day, everybody's planting in the garden, and 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 Coraline's giving out lemonade. And that's basically how the story ends. I also did some I also did some research So, in my research, they said that Coraline will be the next Belgium to eat to to eat children's souls, because they did some research on the whole movie aspect, and I read the book, and my research says that will actually be the next Coraline would actually be the next Belgium. Well, happy Halloween, you guys. Bye.